Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Faster Way Coach Confessionals.
Hello, Amanda.
Hello. How has your July been?
It's been pretty good. It's been very eventful. I had a child turn 21.
Wow.
I don't even know what that means.
So you had a child become an adult.
That's what they say on paper.
Many moms and dads listening can relate with that statement.
Yes. So that was a big milestone. Yeah. And I got a new car.
Yes, you did.
I know.
I'm so excited for you.
Around.
And you went on a trip?
Went on a trip. Yes. My son is gone for the summer, so we can't go a month without seeing each other. So that's been the cadence for 5 years almost.
You went all the way to Washington?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
Rainy?
It's a great way to get out of the heat. No, it's in this little area. In the summer, it's absolutely beautiful. It's by a glacier-fed lake.
Cool.
Right? Where my kid's uncle owns a brewery and pizza place.
Love it.
So Roy was there all summer throwing dough.
Shoot, I want to go.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome. Good for you. I went to Costa Rica.
Yes.
I hosted our technology team.
Oh my goodness. Now listen, every single group that you take there has an entire different personality.
Yeah.
So the tech team, from the training team to the coach team,
Yes.
This is exciting.
Yes. Different personality in this group, but very fun.
Love them.
Fantastic time. So Fit Wars is upon us.
Yes.
We are in the thick of it. We have been prepping.
Yeah.
We are going to submit our Fit Wars workout in the coming days. It's going to be next weekend if you're listening to this when we drop, which is July 15th. So I want to talk a little bit about my experience prepping so far. I've gotten so many text messages and DMs and tags. I have a couple good times kind of in the bank. I haven't done my official submission yet. I'm trying to figure out when to time it. Like, what day do I do it based on, did I rest the day before?
Right.
Did I have a bunch of carbs the day before?
Yes.
I'll just share it. I don't want this to like make anyone compare themselves with me, but I'm in the 30s bracket. I've logged a couple 19s.
Wow.
I think I can really cut down on my transition time between the moves. I've tried a couple of different formats. We all on July 3rd together as a Faster Way community did the workout in about 32, 34 minutes because we had a lot of transition time.
Yes.
We did 20 reps 5 times through.
Yes, we did.
But I want to hear kind of your experience. Yeah. A, tell me what formats you've tried. B, tell me what moves are the hardest. And then I'm going to share what formats I've tried, what I'm going to do moving forward, and maybe how I'm going to cut down a little bit on my time.
Yeah, no, and I've done this in my life in so many different kind of capacities, right? So I was dreading it. I'm going to be really clear, and I didn't want to do it. In my old life, I said, I used to run. And then I would say, I used to do these. Okay, no, we're doing all of the things all the time. So moving forward after the July 3rd, I realized I didn't die, and I realized I was pretty invigorated. Actually, I felt great. I was like, okay, 30 minutes, I can do this. But because I am in the shape that I'm in, I'm not going to say it was easy, but I want to cut down on my time by going, what if I get 100 jump squats done at one time? Okay, move on. How many push-ups can I get done at what time? And once you get into that burpee rhythm, you kind of zone out.
Yeah.
So I want to start with the burpees. How many can I get done? And then I need to let my legs rest. And then I'm going to go to my push-ups. How many can I do? Let my arms rest. And then I'm going to go to jump squats. How many can I do? The sit-ups take me the longest.
Same.
And I don't like that.
Same.
So, well, now I just said that. Do I want to do sit-ups first? Anyway, that's kind of where I'm going to go now. So I'm not going to break it up into chunks moving forward because I want to eliminate transitions.
Okay, I think you need to try that and see how it goes because here's what I've done twice. I've done 2 sets of 50 reps. So I'll go 50 reps of push-ups where I just go straight through 40 reps, take a very brief break, 10 more reps, done. 50 reps of jump squats, 50 reps of sit-ups, 50 reps of burpee. Burpee, I can do a burpee all day long. I
Yeah.
could burpee 1,000 burpees and my form is not going to suffer.
Yeah.
Sit-ups, very hard.
Very
Very,
hard.
very hard without a partner
Mm-hmm.
at your feet or weights or a couch or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. And we are requiring that people
Mhm.
don't have their hands behind their head to
Mhm.
kind of pick their head up off the ground. So that actually, after having 5 babies, my core strength is just not what it used to be.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, so what happened to me last time when I did 50 sets of each, by my second set of 50 push-ups,
Mhm.
my arms were done.
Toast.
They were toast. And so I don't know what it was, but I was like, I needed arm strength to do the jump squats.
Right.
Like, you don't even think about
And
needing
you
arm
have
strength.
like killer push-ups.
Yes.
When I first came out here almost 5 years ago, and
They
we
were
had
not
to
killer.
no, they were well, you don't know because I remember because it stuck out of my head.
Oh,
You were in
okay.
one of my hitboxings. You probably don't even remember this. I don't even know. And one of the moves was to do these clock push-ups. So we were like
Yeah.
11
Yep.
to 1.
Yep.
And you were just like, "Rrr, rrr." I mean, I remember stopping and standing up, and
Yeah.
you were like a machine.
Well, I used to be able to do like 80 push-ups in a row. Being pregnant like twice in 2 years, through the pandemic, I lost a lot of upper body
Mhm.
strength. I'm gaining it
Mhm.
back.
Yeah.
So I'm happy because even my push-ups have gotten better through Prep
Yeah.
Force training.
Yeah.
The jump squats, whatever. I could do jump squats. I need to reduce my hang time because I go all the way down. I come all the way up. I am in it to win it. And when I'm watching somebody like Leanne, her
Mhm.
video back, her transition time is nil. And her hang time, she somehow still gets the form, but she's just quick.
It makes you think about a kettlebell swing, right? The kettlebell swing comes up. If you don't pull it back down,
Yep.
there's hang time.
Yeah.
So you got to literally pull your body back down.
I have to
Ooh.
reduce that because I'm sure Sean is the same way. He's like up on the ceiling for like a second and then he drops back down. Like I'm up there and I'm staying up there for like a little beat. And then I'm coming down. And even my burpees, Leanne was like, you almost do like an extra squat in your burpee. I squat,
Oh.
I kick out, I come back, I squat, and I go up. She's like, just make that one fluid motion.
Yeah.
Cause I kind of like squat back down, come back,
Mhm.
because I just am like wanting to get, the form. But
Yeah.
when I did the 50 reps, 2 sets,
Mhm.
my arms were so gassed. It was hard for me to do anything else. It's like, you don't even think about you're using your arms when you're doing a sit up. I started just like holding on to my bra straps to make sure that my arms were even just staying, by my chest. But I am going to try 25 reps of each. I'm going to try that probably tomorrow.
Okay.
25 reps of
Okay.
each. I might even try it and film at the same time
Ooh, that's exciting.
just to have it in the bank.
Have you filmed all of yours?
I filmed a couple,
Mm-hmm.
but more like on time lapse, but not anything official.
How has your cardio been? How have you felt inside?
Like my lungs are on fire.
Yeah. And I think that's what got me annoyed was I was like, man, I did this and I didn't feel queasy or something. Like not that I want to feel queasy, but
The
I could
last
have
time
worked
I
harder.
for sure
You know what I
I was
mean?
going to throw up. The last time I had this, like,
'Cause you were
listen to
going
this,
for
everybody.
speed.
Yeah. So I had this meat and vegan cheese dish.
There's
very
no meat and
heavy.
vegan. What's a meat and vegan?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I told Brandon, I said, I literally texted him, I'm not kidding you, 3 minutes before we started this recording and said, please tell Chef never to make that again. That was actually awful. It sat in my stomach like a brick the entire time I was doing fit. And I just ate it again, leftovers, right before we started recording. So I know for sure I'm not going to try Fit Wars again today. I will be doing an upper body strength training work.
I do it fasted. I feel better doing it fasted.
I need to do it fasted. First 2 times fasted. Then maybe I've done it 3 times fasted and 1 time not fasted.
Did you do it on a low carb or a regular macro day? What was the day before?
Yeah, so I tried it only on day before. Day before would have been regular macro.
Right.
Yeah, so I need to try. I did, I think, once on a Sunday. I actually did it with the coaches once on a Saturday.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I need to play around with that a little bit. The fuel the day before, kind
Right.
of like what's the lunch the day before?
Right. And
That's what
having maybe your carbs a little bit later in the day
Yeah.
too, so that they can kind of fuel you on
Mhm.
that next day.
Mhm.
It's fun though. Like I said, I was scared, but I mean, this is where I'm taking it with me all the time.
100%.
And people were asking, should I still do the strength training workout on the same day? Listen, you're going to be in such great shape. You can practice these moves literally on an active recovery day. I'm just
Any
going to
day.
like, okay, I've got 5 minutes. What can you do in 5 minutes? Right. And not all of the moves are high intensity for your heart. Let's just get the form right
Yeah.
and just master
You
it.
get better at what you train for.
That's
If
right.
push-ups are your weak spot and you
Mhm.
want to do the all out for the
Mhm.
$5,000 grand prize,
Mhm.
train push-ups on active recovery.
Mhm.
There's nothing wrong with
Exactly.
that. But let's answer just a couple FAQs and then we're going to move
Yeah.
on. So a lot of people, I have a XYZ
Mm.
injury. I can't do a jump squat, but I'm doing the other stuff. Listen, I just have to be fair. You cannot submit for the grand prize if you are not doing apples to apples what the rest of everybody is doing. You can submit for your shirt.
Mhm.
You participate, you move your
Mhm.
body,
Mhm.
submit for your shirt. Proud of you.
Mhm.
If you have an injury, I got a neck surgery. I can't do XYZ. Well, then I can't compare you with Lee, who's doing this all
Mhm.
out in her age bracket. So you just cannot submit for a prize. We got 50 prizes,
Yeah.
but we got almost 60,000, over 60,000 active clients, so
Yeah.
I want to give people who are able to just go all out with
Yes.
the form
Yes.
the chance for the
I
prize.
appreciate that. I mean, we just like you said, it's apples to apples. And so what? Sometimes you might not qualify. That's okay. Who if I'm not going to say we'll never do this again because it's really fun. And
Participate.
seeing all of our community
Yes,
do it,
totally.
so fun.
Do what you can
Mhm.
and get your shirt. I
Mhm.
think the shirt is going to be
Mhm.
a badge of honor that we can wear
Mhm.
physically around. But if you do have to modify beyond, the moves, then
Right.
it is what it is,
I know. It's just this is just not the right event for you.
right
But
this
still
second.
practice the other things.
Yeah.
Another question too is, can I modify push-ups and do full out burpees?
No.
Mm-mm.
You either got to modify everything, and that's
Mhm.
where you got days
Mhm.
left. Do what you can. Maybe you only do 3 all out push-ups at a time and you're resting and it's taking you longer, but you still made it happen. Maybe it
Mhm.
took you all day. I don't care. Do what you can, but you got to go all out
Mhm.
or fully modified. All out
Right.
or fully modified. There's
Right.
no hybrid. And again, this is a volume and a math issue. Like if
Mhm.
I had 10 people in this thing, we could maybe make some individual exceptions. I got 60,000 people on this thing.
It's just
Like,
going the distance, point A to point B. There's no shortcuts. Like, just let's commit to the challenge and let's do it the very best that we can.
and
It's
if
awesome.
you think that you can't do a regular push-up, the answer is you are correct. You cannot do a regular push-up. If you think, let me open up my mind. I've been in VIP for 2 years. I've been here for 4 years. I've been here fill in the blank.
Mhm.
I haven't done this in the past. I've always dropped to my knees. Listen, you might surprise yourself.
Right.
It's going to challenge your core. It's
Right.
going to challenge your shoulders. It's going to challenge your back, your biceps, your
Yeah.
triceps. But train today. Start going, just hitting 100 push-ups a day. Again, you get better at what you train for, and you will be shocked how quickly you can get strong.
And how great you're going to feel in your mind. Like, I think the accomplishment is the biggest thing. And this, last year was so weird, but this year, jumping off that platform with you in Costa Rica, just making some moves that are uncomfortable is what it takes to get out of that comfort zone. And so it's just, let's go, guys.
Yes.
Let's go.
Okay, speaking of strength training and supplements,
Mhm.
I'm going to play a clip from our last podcast guest who I thought was really interesting.
Yes.
I liked his story. By the way, if you guys saw the YouTube version of this, he looked so good. His camera was crisp. His background was awesome. I am like in Costa Rica, just did Fit Wars workout. I looked like I just washed up from the beach. And I am like, this is so embarrassing because it's just, you're going to have to see it to believe it. But I'm
Real
going to
and raw.
Yeah. So I'm going to play this clip right now. This is Dr. Perlmutter.
Research now shows that consumption of creatine monohydrate can improve cognition, and especially improves cognition in people who are older, potentially more so in women, and people who have a diet low in animal protein. It's a hack, right? So creatine monohydrate is one of the forms of creatine, and it's been consistently shown to be correlated with better brain function. Why is that the case? Well, it seems like it actually enhances brain metabolism. So very basic one that I do, 5 grams a day, creatine monohydrate. I think it's one of the best studied supplements as it relates to brain health.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is so cool.
Huge.
I take creatine, you take creatine.
Yep.
I have been increasing my creatine intake as I've been doing Fit Wars. So I'm like, oh yeah, maybe I'll do 2 scoops today, you know, but the benefits go so far beyond simply recovery and strength. And so I want to dive into this a little bit. My Nana passed away from Alzheimer's. She had dementia, Alzheimer's, passed away. It was very sad. This is when I started really researching intermittent fasting because dementia is being nicknamed, Alzheimer's being nicknamed type 3 diabetes because of the sugar in the brain. And there's a lot of research now. If you have signs of dementia, you should go on more of a keto diet, like very, very low carb, which is interesting.
Yeah.
And the fact that now research shows creatine is like that one supplement that can really help brain health. I am like, oh, I wish I would have known that 15 years ago.
So my mom is in a club. Okay, I've got 2 confessions. Okay. We're confessing, right? My mom's in a club. It's called the Craft Club. And I'm like, Mom, you don't do crafts. And she's like, no, but we can't remember an effing thing.
What?
That's what craft stands for. Can't remember a freaking thing.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
And I'm like, Mom,
that's funny.
y'all don't do crafts. She's like, no, but we can't remember anything. So for her, I want her to take it so bad. But it's this whole kind of this conversation that as we start to age, we start to lose it, right? Losing your Nana, losing my mother-in-law had Alzheimer's as well. And it's just such a aggressive, sad disease. And whatever we can do to prevent it, obviously we want to, but I think it's fasting, it's reducing carbs, it's carb cycling because now we're lifting weights too. But in the past 2 years, here's the confession. I don't think my kids are going to hear this. Okay. In the past 2 years, I was diagnosed with severe ADD because I went from teaching up to 20 classes a week. I mean, I was on the go, right?
Yep.
Owning 2 businesses, well, 3, including Fastaway, running crazy. And moving here, you know, what you guys see is me in the workouts, but what I do for the other 8 hours a day is behind a desk. So this doctor was like, this is really common for people like you who have these active jobs. The older you get, you know, you get moved into these different positions that make you more sedentary. And this is when this starts to come through. So I got on this prescription. I think it stunted my personality, which I hated.
What?
Yeah,
No.
for 2 years.
There's been no lack of personality in this office. By the way, you and I so similar because I was in the gym training clients 7, 8, 9, 10 hours a day.
Yes.
And then now, you know, I have more office time. I told the lead team this morning, I'm like, yesterday was my ideal day. I worked out in the morning to film. I got on this call. I was able to do a standing meeting for this because I am also very ADHD.
I mean, and I used to call it multitasking. I'm like, I don't have an attention problem. I just have like, I'm going to do a lot of things problem. But since I started taking creatine for the most, I guess, maybe the past 8 months, I was wondering if my prescription, I didn't need to go up, but I was feeling like it was making me a little bit depressed. Not that my life wasn't depressing enough.
Yeah.
So I talked to my doctor about it and I was like, I'm supplementing now with something else
for brain health.
So my prescription is down. So like now I don't have to, I'm not taking it every day.
That's so great.
It's crazy.
And that can just, that's very linked to like additional depression and anxiety.
Totally. But I am going to have to give creatine some cred because it's taken up this, and I don't know. I don't know if it's placebo. I don't know what it is, but I don't need to take that kind of medication to remember things, to stay on point, to finish a sentence. I just feel a lot better. And
Wow.
I didn't get, I don't want to talk about this ever.
Well, we should research it to see if there is a link. It sounds like that's what your experience has been. And maybe there's some research to that and science.
And I don't miss a day. I mean, that creatine, it's got to build up in your system. People ask a lot of times too, do I take it before workout? It's not a pre-workout.
Right.
This is a longevity piece. And I just cannot be a bigger fan as time moves on, because I see it everywhere. Fit Wars was easy. I'm super smart. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But I think creatine is a big deal. And that brain metabolism, we forget that your brain it's an organ functioning, and everything runs on glucose. Everything runs on carbohydrates and energy. It's just the right dose. So I don't know. I'm confessing, I don't know, but I'm really happy
We
about
should
it.
ask Dr. Perlmutter
Yeah.
about your experience.
Yeah.
Anytime a doctor says this is proven to improve brain health,
Right.
I'm like all about it.
Right. And I just don't need that medicine anymore as much.
Wow. That's so interesting. I take it more for kind of the recovery and the strength, but now I'm like, I'm sold.
Right. And that's where I started taking it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
For
That's
life.
so great.
Cool.
Yeah, I do 1 scoop a day, sometimes 2 scoops a day.
Do you really?
When I met with Dr. Bill Campbell, who's on our scientific advisory board, he talked about a loading dose.
Right.
So I would say if I do more than 1 scoop per day, it's because I kind of missed. I was like traveling or whatever. So I'm like almost getting back up to speed.
And people ask too, like, do you feel bloated? Do you feel that there's water retention or anything like that?
Not with our creatine.
Right.
Do you?
No, I mean, but it does because the way that creatine works, how it makes your body have more endurance, is it does allow more water to be held in your muscles, right? So that's it's something that your body produces. It's not a supplement that's exogenous, right? So when your body holds a little bit more water in those muscles, there's nothing wrong with it, and it's negligible. But people will say, "Oh, I feel bloated when I take it." I'm like, I don't know if you really feel bloated. Your muscles might feel fuller. Right? Because they have more water.
Do you think it would be if they're not fully going all in on the workout? Like maybe they're taking creatine, but then kind of dinking around a little bit with weights that aren't heavy enough?
Yeah, I think that might be part of it. But I also think that people are fearful. I think that people are looking for a reason to say, well, this is going to make me bloated. You're not going to it's not bloated in your belly.
Yeah.
It's your muscle volume. Right? That's going to hold on to a little bit more water, which makes it produce a better result. So that's what it is for your endurance.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I love that we have creatine. I am also jazzed, and we'll kind of end here that we are launching a hydration product, and we haven't spoken much about this. There's going to be a lot of education about this, a lot of information in the coming weeks. So we are launching the best hydration electrolyte product on the market.
The best.
Some of you are familiar with different brands for salt packets. We decided to create a better product because there are some out there that I've been using for the past couple of years, but maybe it tastes a little too salty for me. It makes me thirsty, or I know that it's not the best salt. Like it's not a Celtic sea salt, or it doesn't have the best of the best ingredients. And I'm like, at the end of the day, I want the solution for the clients to improve adrenal health, to replenish minerals. So we are jazzed.
I'm so excited. This is huge, Amanda. This product, not only for the electrolytes, but there's other stuff. We'll tell you about it later.
Okay, I gotta tease it. Okay, so our hydration product, our electrolyte product, it has Celtic salt.
Yes.
Okay, so it's a red salt. We have potassium, which helps your body absorb the salt. We actually decreased the salt a little bit. Dr. Stephen Cabral, who's on our board, he and I consulted, and he's like, some of these other products on the market, it's actually too much sodium. Like it's for the average person, the average female, like they don't need that much sodium. So we decreased it just a bit and then increased the potassium. We have magnesium. We added vitamin B12.
Yes.
We added apple cider vinegar.
Yes.
And we have some probiotics.
I mean, so we've got gut health.
Yes.
And electrolytes.
Amazing.
I'm so excited.
Okay, we will share more about that. We do have a live leg day in Nashville.
Yes.
August 10th.
August 10th.
The goal is to launch this product at the live leg day.
It's going to happen.
Thank you, Lee.
Yep.
I'm excited.
Yep.
All right. Hope you guys enjoy your week. Continue training for Fit Wars. It's going to be a very fun month as we submit, and I can't wait to see who wins.
Yay.
Bye, everyone.